I first started playing soccer. I moved around a lot as a kid, and so when I moved to Washington, it was just kind of the thing to do, and so I kind of typically did as an elementary school kid, I played basketball and softball and soccer. And basketball, you need to be tall, and I was not tall. And softball, I just didn't hit it. And so I was like, I'll stick with soccer. So I stuck with that, and then kind of fell in love with it. As soon as I kind of was like, okay, I think I'm pretty good at this. I was always committed to just that one sport. I was never like a multi-sport athlete. And I don't think I really could be. I was so committed and so devoted to soccer that I really couldn't see myself playing any other sport. My whole family would go to every single game of mine, every high school game, every soccer game, and my dad, by the time I was 17 and 18, people's parents stopped going to practice, and my dad would still go to every single practice, and we'd sit in the car for 2 hours and talk about it. So they were a sports family from the standpoint that they were kind of just as immersed in my soccer career as I was.
Where are you?
I had a couple scholarship opportunities, and it's so funny because the first time I was offered a scholarship was at 15, and I was just like, oh yeah, yes I do, or I was just like, yeah, this is it. And my parents kind of bring you back down to earth, because when you're young, you're you just see, and you get big eyes about everything. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, people want me, I want to go here. And they kind of were be realistic about where you want to go, especially with, soccer's only so long, and then you want to start a career at some point. I first played college soccer at Eastern Washington University, and I spent my first year there, and then just didn't really fall in love with the college experience I thought I was gonna fall in love with. I decided I want to transfer. I knew that the environment that I was in was maybe suited for other players, but just wasn't my thing. And it was kind of funny because my dad had moved down to Corpus Christi, Texas, my freshman year to go coach hockey, and I was looking at transferring, so I'm looking around at schools, and my dad was like, hey, I don't know if you're interested, but there's a school that's 2 hours away from me, and they're starting a program from scratch, completely new. And I was like, okay. And he was like, they might want some transfers, some people with college experience. And I was like, okay, I think that. And so I sent an email to GLAD, and it was so funny. It was literally things happened, as cliche as it sounds, in the blink of an eye. It was I turned in my letter of, decommitment to my old school, and got in I literally ran. I remember running back to my dorm, and I sent an email to GLAD. He sent me an email right back, and basically within the matter of a week, I was down here in the valley on a visit, and he was like, well, I think I'm gonna kind of gamble on you, but you want to come here? And I was like, yeah, I want to come here.
Wait!
What do you kind of learn about yourself and how you play soccer from that
That first year was it's so much fun, and like I said, so many ups and downs. We were all new, and it's a really different college experience, because usually you come to a team where it's just the freshmen that are new, but it was the entire team that was new, and no one knew each other. So you've kind of got that awkward hi, how are you? And then after that, we'd got through one practice together, and it was we were going through it all together. There's a lot of moments that are so stupid, or that a lot of people wouldn't think of as something that you would remember, but there's so many moments from that first year that I remember. And I remember going and traveling on 18-hour bus rides all the time, and as much as that was terrible, we were doing it together, and it was just awesome to be part of a community of people, and it was awesome to be part of something, and you felt wanted. There's been a lot of change from that first game we played as UTPA to now. It's been just amazing being able to have friendships with those girls since, for 3 years. And then obviously there's new girls that you've bonded with, but there's so much improvement just in style of playing on the field, but you've seen relationships and friendships really grow for 3 years, and you've seen people mature and become a little bit more of an adult. And you know, there's just so many things that you've seen change, and I think that's really cool that you can be with a team for 3 years and from literally the beginning of a program and see, you know, things improve. It's always good to see something grow, and there's been tremendous growth, I think, with this program, and I can only imagine where it's gonna go.
Be good. UTRGV!